Okay, so I seen the movie You about 5 hours ago, and I don't know why I was strolling on Netflix and I seen You. It looked like a cute little romantic thing from the trailer. Yeah, I started watching it, and it's basically, I'm gonna just sum it up. Like, it's kind of a love story. It's about this guy. He works at a bookstore. He seems cool, like an average guy. He looks fine. Like, he's handsome, smart, intelligent. Um, Works at a bookstore, average Joe, right? So one day, this beautiful blonde girl comes into his bookstore, or whatever, and then he starts analyzing her, like, damn, girl, you look cute. And he's like, oh yeah, she likes those type of books. Oh, she wanna seem like she's trying, but not too hard. He's just analyzing the out of her. Like, I never seen so much analyzation. I don't even know if that's a word in my life. He's just on a creepy level too, like too much. Like, her hair is blonde, so she wants to let people see her. She wants to be known. Look at her clothes that she wears. She wants people to look at her. Like, this guy is on another level of, and it was like to the point where it was like, calm down, bro. She's cute. Like, go and talk to her. But you know, it's a movie. They want to dramatize everything, and well, it's not even a movie. It's a show. They want to dramatize everything, and I get it. I was watching it and I was like, okay, it makes sense. So he talked to her and recommended her a book. But from that day he seen her, this guy was in love with her. I believe after he seen this girl, he's looking at her Facebook, analyzing her family, everything, and he's just trying to make it so he could come into this girl's world. And soon after that, he just starts stalking this girl. I'm like, on another level. He stalks her, stalks her, stalks her. I'm like, yo, this is creepy. He's like outside of her window just staring, like, he starts watching her have sex with men and all of this stuff. I mean, it's good writing, because I was like, yo, bro, calm down. He was masturbating outside her house. I was like, I can't even look at this. It was just creepy. There's this part where he right after he was masturbating outside of her house, he was like, this old lady was coming in, so he had to stop. And then he was touching her bag, and I'm like, you gonna touch her bag with your nasty hands that you was just doing stuff with? First of all, you a creep. And then that made me think, like, you don't know what people doing with their nasty hands. Like, because that's realistic. Like, you never know what people could be doing with their hands, and they touch your stuff, touch your bags and stuff like that. So he's stalking her, watching her have sex with other men and all of this stuff. Know her family, her history, her college, all of that. After that, he sees her out with her friends. You know, he in Creep Squad. He have his little hat on. Creep Squad. This guy, Joe. I'm not even gonna say his name. Joe is a creep. He's a certified creep. He's like sitting, they at a bar, and she's with her friends, and you know, he's just eavesdropping, and then he see her friend Peaches. Peaches is this beautiful, successful woman, and she's rich. And Beck is the girl that he's stalking. I didn't even mention her name. So yeah, Peaches and Beck and this other Asian girl, forgot her name. I'm gonna look it up real soon, but other Asian friend. And then he sees that Peaches, you know, he's like, oh yeah, Peaches really cares about her. That's cool. At least you have a friend. But he was thinking she's not the best friend that she could have. But he was saying, oh yeah, Peaches is a cool friend. Not too bad. Okay, he sees the friends. Now getting back to Beck's boyfriend. Beck has, yeah, I forgot his name. Beck's boyfriend name is Benji. Benji is this rich, successful, young, stutter guy. You know, he trying to play all the girls. Like, he's playing her basically. Everybody can see right through it. He's like, after they have sex, he just leave her, all of this stuff. Like, Benji is a jerk, and he's rich, and he has a soda company, and Joe the stalker sees Benji and all of their social media, and he analyzes Benji because he's stalking them 24/7. This guy has no life. He's stalking them 24/7, so he sees Benji is a jerk, and he's like real mad. Like, this is my girl. She should, like, I want her, and you're not treating her right. Like, Benji, get your shit together, because it's gonna get me real angry because I want her. Joe is crazy. I'm just telling you. But it's something so charismatic about Joe in his character. Like, he has like, you want to care about him, and that's the best type of crazy people. Like, they charismatic. It's surprising, but it's true. A lot of is like mad with Benji. He sees that he's having sex with Beck, and he just leaving her for the bros. And he also seen that, I think he seen that he was being a jerk to his partners in the company and stuff like that. So yeah, Benji's a threat, so he's a psychopath. So he's like, you gotta get out my way so I could get back. Boy, when when Joe and Benji linked up, and then you see him going into the alley. First of all, if you're a celebrity, a big guy, and you trying to help someone, right? You're not gonna link up in no alley. Common common sense. I'm not linking up with no alley with someone that's like a high person. We're gonna go for brunch. We're gonna be outside, and then they meet up in the alley in between some houses, and then they going downstairs somewhere. What? Boy, he should have known it was a setup from the jump. He should have known it was a setup from the jump. Joe has a bookstore, and downstairs he keeps books in this soundproof thing to keep it preserved. So he locks Benji up in there, and he basically trying to use Benji to see how he can get with Beth. And he leaves him there for a couple of days, and Benji starts telling Joe like he could easily manipulate her, and he tells Joe, I will let you know how to get her. And he upsets him at times. He was like, yo bro, you seemingly are this good guy. She don't usually go for guys like you. She usually go for badasses like me. For a guy with money, she don't want a broke guy like you. She just used guys like you. Like, she don't want nothing serious. And then Joe, he's like, are you crazy? Like, don't talk to me like that about my girl, because this guy is obsessed, like I keep saying. Don't talk to me about my girl like that. And I'm like, bro, sometimes Joe in the show could get so exhausting, bro. When Joe is always hiding out, this guy, this is like unrealistic. I get it matches with the story, but he only have a hat on, and he be walking past us sometimes. I'm like, let's be realistic. She would have, in real life, she would have seen him. He always stalking her every day, and he be passing her with just a hat on, and he always out. A lot of people in Manhattan, they don't have curtains, so Beck doesn't have curtains a lot of the time, and you would sometimes you look out your window. I get it. People could be ditzy, not paying attention, but you're not gonna see somebody right out in the open. He there every day, and a lot of the times it don't look like he hiding like that. So that was like something I'm questioning, like, how don't you see him, bro? Or maybe that's his character to like be so not so good. Yeah, I think as I watched it, he wasn't really good at covering things up. But I get that that's their type of writing. But why didn't she catch on till so long that he was stalking her? Because he was right out in the open. You know what I mean? Now, when you watch it, pay attention to that and let me know what you think about that part of it. So anyways, and now that Benji's trapped, he's like, I got my way now. There's nothing gonna come in between us. Boom, 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 boom. Had to add that good writing in there. So her best friend Peaches now. Joe doesn't like Peaches because he don't want anybody to get too close to Beck. He hates Peaches. Peaches constantly try to get Beck's attention. Like, she always trying to get Beck's attention, and she's having a bad vibe about Joe. Peaches, usually she's good with vibing out guys, good and bad guys for Beck. So they have a little tension between them. And so Peaches, like, she wants a lot of attention from Beck, so she tried to do suicide. And then Joe's like, yo, Beck, you don't see that she's doing suicide for attention? Because Peaches looks at Joe and like, yes. Yes, I'm doing this on purpose. I need her attention. I know you ain't shit. And then Joe's like, whoa, that's kind of odd. Why she's trying to kill herself for so much attention. So, it's Beck's birthday now. And he tried to get the upper hand of Peaches. So he steal her laptop. And he find out that Peaches is mad obsessed. She obsessed. Eventually Joe just flat out he kills Benji. He poisoned him. He knew he had an allergy problem, so he flat out kill Benji. And I knew, I'm a real analytical person, that's why I wanted to create this channel. I knew that he was gonna kill him because the title "You" before that episode came, like the "You" gets bloody, and I'm like, okay, so he's a killer. I think they should have like not put that "You" title with the blood until after that episode, so because we weren't sure if he was gonna take it to that level of killing yet. But I feel like, I'm an analytical person, so I want to just figure that shit out without any. Oh yeah, he was like, oh, Peaches is using you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Peaches is using you. She don't really want to help you. And then Beck is like, how can you say that about my best friend? And she knew Peaches longer, so she like, we forget you right now. I need some space. And then she goes out with Peaches to her big estate. Mind you, I think I told you already, but Peaches is totally obsessed with her. So she's like, while she's at this state, let's go shopping so we could so you could look sexy for me, basically. But Beck doesn't know that. She goes shopping, she looks all sexy, and then Peaches invites this guy, and then all three of them get drunk and stuff, having a cool time. And then Peaches kisses Beck, and then Beck, since that happened, she's like, yo, Joe was right about you. Peaches denies everything. She actually turns it around on Beck and is like, oh, you're the gay one. And mind you, Beck is like, oh, I'll accept you. I don't care. You're my friend. I don't care. Mind you, this whole time, Joe is obsessed with Beck. So the whole time he's there, he got into a car accident and he walked his way to the big old house with this busted head. being all crazy. So, oh yeah, um, Joe had an ex-girlfriend that nobody knows what happened. I think they said she went to Paris. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know that's probably not. She went somewhere, and nobody knows where she went. So at this point, I'm like, this nigga is already crazy. He's obsessive. You know, sometimes obsessive stuff leads to anger. So at this point, I'm like, yo, he killed her. And while he's at the manor, he's like dreaming about her being there. That's like in my head. I think he has a mental disorder. He could be schizophrenic, because I know when you're schizophrenic, you see people that aren't there. You hear whispers that aren't there. His own is being delusional. He's talking to his ex that's not there. I think her name was Candace. Joe and Peaches is in the house together now, and it's on like Battle Con, and they fighting. She got the upper hand. She had the gun, and then she's shooting out at him. He running. He out. He running. He shoot. Didn't get him. She shoot again, and then he dropped to the floor. I ain't see no blood. She didn't shoot him. I knew that before none of that. I knew she didn't shoot him. So she's like, Joe, see if he alive. Coming close to him. He already a psychopath. You gonna have to shoot him at least 2 times to make sure he gone, cause he's crazy. But yeah, she like Joe, and then you hear a bullet, a gunshot. I already know. I already know she is dead. I already know. I just knew. I knew Joe crazy ass wasn't gonna die. He's like the main character. So Joe and Beck, they just have a nice, loving relationship. Everything's going nice. Everything's good for a few months, and then shit is bad. Like just like every relationship. She just stopped feeling him a little bit. Cause she's just like, it's hard. It's like all these deaths happen. Things are good, but at a certain point you can't pretend that things are good for too longer. So she just like starts distancing herself from Joe. And then one day she finally catches ass stalking her. They having problems and she being distant. So, he doing his stalking stuff. Like I said earlier, he always stalking her. How she don't see him in broad daylight, I don't know. So he's stalking her, and then she finally catch him. Mind you, he bump his head, so I don't like, he's not mentally like on top of his stuff. Like I said, I think he has some type of mental disorder at this point, and it's getting worse because he's not treating it, and also he bumped his head, so it's even worse. Oh, and there is a study of, yeah, so she finally catches him. She's like, we're over. You don't trust me. We're over. And so, nigga obsessed. She starts talking to his therapist. He thinks she's cheating with the therapist. So he go figure that out, and then turns out she isn't cheating with the therapist. He was about to kill the therapist, mind you. Turns out she ain't cheating, but she just needs space to heal. He figures that out. He goes in the therapist's computer, and she says she needs space to heal. So at this point, he's like, fine, I give you space. And he actually tries. I'm gonna clap. He actually tries to stop being crazy and stop stalking her. He said he only goes on her page 2 or 3 times a day. From an outsider looking in, it's like, nigga, that's still a lot. But 2 or 3 times a day from a stalker, from a crazy stalker, that's not bad to me. It's like, okay. He doesn't go to her house no more. They broke up. He gets a girlfriend, this black girl that's taking care of his neighbor, I believe. He gets the girlfriend, and it seems like things are okay a little bit, but he's he's still stalking her. He's not over. He's always talking about her, thinking about her. So that's not resolved. Yeah, so that's not resolved at all. So, but I think he was trying a little bit to get over her. Um, and then turns out, I was watching this show with my best friend. He called it. He was like, it's gonna turn around. A lot of this stuff that happened, we called it, is gonna turn around where she's stalking him. I was like, okay, let's see. And then she ends up stalking him and his girlfriend. Because if you think about it, he's paying her all this attention. She's used to being with shitty guys. He loves her. He would do anything for her. He killed people for her, even though she didn't need it. He killed people for her. And he was always there, so she misses that. So she ended up stalking him and his girlfriend. And yeah, so he like, we could be friends, we could text a little bit, we could be friends with a girl you kill people for. Well, I have a girlfriend. 2 seconds they start hooking up and he's cheating or whatever. His girlfriend is taking care of the neighbor that overdosed, so she not really thinking about, you know, him at the time. She think about helping. So during that time, he slaying the dragon and stuff like that. So they end up getting back together, and the black girlfriend is like, yo, you better watch out, girl, before he do to you what he did to me or Candace, because nobody knows what happened to Candace, his ex-girlfriend. And then she was like, Beck was like, you're just jealous, okay? This is not gonna happen to me. He loves me. He's obsessive over me. He would never lie to me, okay? You don't know what you're talking about. I'm being extra, I know. But basically, that's what she said. And they together. I did not see the last episode at all. I didn't see the last episode. Ugh, I always forget. Don't forget to subscribe if you like commentary, if you love Netflix shows, if you love TV shows, if you like commentary on stuff, if you like my personality, anything. Remember to subscribe, like, and I'm consistent. I'm gonna try to stay consistent because, you know, I love YouTube. So I'm gonna try to be consistent. Like, share, and subscribe.